Stora Enso Oyj is a pulp and paper manufacturer headquartered in Helsinki, Finland, with significant operations in 4 continents. The company was formed by the merger of Swedish mining and forestry products company Stora AB and Finnish forestry products company Enso Oyj in 1998. It has approximately 26,000 employees. For 2014, Stora Enso was ranked 5th in the world by sales among forest, paper and packaging industry companies. The first share of the company dates back to 1288, and it is claimed that Stora Enso is thus the oldest limited liability company in the world. History. Stora Enso was formed by the merger of Swedish mining and forestry products company Stora and Finnish forestry products company Enso Oyj in 1998. History of Stora. The Swedish copper mining company Stora Kopparberg in Finland was granted a charter from King Magnus IV of Sweden in 1347. Although the oldest preserved share in the company dates from 1288. Some claim this to be the oldest existing corporation, a limited liability company in the world. For some periods during the 17th century, the mine provided 2/3 of the world production of copper. In the 18th century, the copper mining gradually decreased in importance, and therefore, in 1731, the company bought its first iron ore mine. By the 1860s, iron ore was economically more important to the company than copper. Stora Kopparbergsberg Slags AB was incorporated as a modern shareholder company in 1862. Towards the end of the 19th century, it diversified from mining and entered pulp and paper production. In the 1970s, most of the mining and steel mill operations of the company were divested, and the focus changed to forestry-related activities. In 1984, the company name was shortened to Stora AB. The copper mine closed down in 1992. In 1997, the year before the merger with the Enso, Stora had 20,400 employees and a turnover of 44.5 billion Swedish krona. The company owned 2.3 million hectares of forest, of which 1.6 million hectares in Sweden and the rest in Canada, Portugal and Brazil. It also produced 7.5 terawatt-hours of mostly hydroelectric power. A 1997 article in Harvard Business Review praised Stora's ability to adapt to changing circumstances over the centuries. In 1998, the company merged with the Enso to form Stora Enso. History of the Enso Oyj was founded in the 19th century in Norway as W. Godsiat and Amco by Wilhelm Godsiat, the half-brother of industrialist Benjamin Wegner. His son Hans Godsiat moved the company to Finland, where it became the largest forestry company in the country. Enso Godsiat Osakisho bought A. Ahlstrom Osakisho's forest industries at Varkaus in December 1986. In 1995, a decision was made to merge 2 state-owned forest giants together. The merger materialized next year when Enso Godsiat Oyj and North Finland-based Vaisilautu Oyj formed Enso Oyj. In 1998, the company merged with Stora to form Stora Enso. History of Stora Enso. After the merger, Stora Enso expanded its operations by acquiring wood products businesses and bought paper merchant businesses in Europe. In 2000, the company bought Consolidated Papers in North America. Stora Enso also slowly expanded its operations in South America, Asia and Russia. In 2000, Stora Enso acquired the North American pulp and paper manufacturer Consolidated Papers for €4.9 billion. The acquisition has, in hindsight, been noted in the financial press as a massive value destroyer. In the same year, Stora Enso and Asadoman formed formed a joint company, Stora AB, to produce packaging paper. In 2002, Stora Enso started investigating the possibility of establishing plantations and production facilities in Guangxi, China. In the same year, the company was the fifth largest pulp and paper manufacturer in terms of revenue, and in 2005, it was the world's largest pulp and paper manufacturer in terms of production capacity. In recent years, the company has gone through heavy restructuring. The North American operations were divested in 2007 to New Page Corporation. Stora Enso has sold and closed down some of its mills in Finland, Sweden and Germany. The closure of a plant in Kemijärvi in 2008 and subsequent events were subject to significant Finnish media coverage. In 2009, Stora Enso entered into a joint venture in Uruguay called Montes del Plata, with access to 250,000 hectares of woodland and the intention to build a large-capacity mill. The mill started operating in June 2014. In 2010, Stora Enso acquired a 30% stake in the printed paper packaging manufacturer Inpac. As of 2014, Stora Enso owned 49% of Inpac. In September 2012, Stora Enso signed an agreement with Packages Limited, the largest packaging company of Pakistan, to set up a joint venture named Bulleh Shah Packaging Limited at Kasur, Pakistan. Between 2006 and 2014, the share of paper products of the total sales has decreased from 62% to 38%, while packaging and wood products have increased the shares of the revenue, as the company, according to Bloomberg News, is betting on renewable packaging as online shopping grows. Currently, Stora Enso is investing in biomaterials and renewable construction products as possible future growth areas. Market, products and services by division. As of 2016, Stora Enso offers products and services through 5 corporate divisions. The sales figures by division for 2015 were as follows. Consumer board. The consumer board division sells varieties of paperboard for packaging of dry and liquid products, including food, as well as for graphic printing purposes. Packaging solutions. The packaging solutions division sells corrugated fiberboard, other types of paperboard used in production of packaging containers, as well as complete packaging boxes and equipment and services related to packaging production. Biomaterials. The biomaterials division sells pulp, as well as additional products that can be extracted biochemically from wood and other sorts of biomass. Wood products. The wood products division sells construction materials and fuels that have been produced using wood as a raw material. Paper. The paper division sells paper for commercial printing and office use, as well as services for the printing industry, such as paper supply management. Sales by region. In 2015, the regional sales distribution was as follows. Operations. Stora Enso has the majority of its operations Europe but also a significant presence in the Americas and Asia. The following table lists the number of employees and the corporate divisions by region. Headquarters. The Stora Enso headquarters in Helsinki was designed 1959 to 1962 by Alvar Aalto as the head office of Enso Oyj. The building has been in use since 1961. In 2008, Stora Enso sold the building to the German property company Decker Immobilien GmbH for €30 million and started renting the building from Westinvest Interselect, while also declaring its intention to move to other rented premises in the Helsinki area. As of 2016, Stora Enso is still headquartered in the same building. Joint ventures. Stora Enso has a 35% stake in the packaging joint venture Bulleshar Packaging in Pakistan. Veracel is a joint venture between Stora Enso and Fibria in Brazil. In Uruguay, Stora Enso and Arico operate the Montes del Plata joint venture. Governance. Key people since 2014. Carl-Henrik Sundström has been the CEO of Stora Enso. Previous CEOs were Juko Karvinen and Jukka Hamala. At the annual general meeting 28 April 2016, the following persons were elected as members of the board of directors. Ownership. As of July 2016, the Finnish state is, through the state-owned Solidium Fund, the largest owner by number of shares and the second largest by number of votes. The Wallenberg Family Foundations, through FamAB, is the largest owner by number of votes and the second largest by number of shares. Language. Following the merger, English became the lingua franca of the company. A study of the implications of this for the effectiveness of Stora Enso's internal business communication, published in the academic journal Business Communication Quarterly, concluded that the analyzed communication seemed to work well. Controversies. Cartel Metsä Group and Stora Enso received a sentence in value of €500,000 for forming a cartel in 2001. Accusations of wrongful accounting. The North American part of the group was sold in 2007 to New Page Corporation with a net loss of about $4.12 billion. According to a Swedish television documentary, there have been accusations that to cover the loss the accounting was manipulated, which was revealed in 2010. The documentary also claims that huge dividend payments were made illegally and top management was aware of that fact, and on purpose manipulated numbers to be able to pay dividends. Gerard Goodwin, the company's head of accounting who spoke publicly about the accounting mistake, was fired in 2010. In 2013, Stora Enso published a report written by independent law firms, which the company had commissioned to investigate the accusations. According to the report, the investigations performed did not find any evidence of illegal acts or wrongful financial reporting, apart from mistakes that had already been communicated and corrected by 2009. The findings of the investigations were also being reported to the Finnish Financial Supervisory Authority, which found no reason to take further action. In articles commenting on the report, the Finnish newspaper Helsingin Sanomat stated that they had been contacted by the source of the accusations in 2010 but that, after attempting to confirm the accusations, they had not considered that there were sufficient grounds for a news story. Environmental concerns. Eucalyptus cultivation of Stora Enso has been discussed critically, especially in relation to the 2011 documentary film Red Forest Hotel. Human rights concerns. The Swedish program Kalifactor reported in 2014 that Stora Enso uses child labor in its activities in Pakistan, and that the company has been aware of it since 2012. In response, the company denied that child labor exists directly in the operations of its joint venture partner in Pakistan, but admitted that it was present in its supplier networks. It stated that its partner, Bulleshar Packaging, is taking short-term action to remedy the situation in areas where child labor is known to exist, and is also working to mitigate child labor in the long term by addressing its root causes. Corporate responsibility. In April 2015, Stora Enso entered into a partnership with ILO, with the aims of progressively eliminating child labor from the supply chain in Pakistan and promoting decent work conditions. The experiences in Pakistan have also prompted Stora Enso to appoint an executive vice president for sustainability to its group leadership team, and to include sustainability managers in its division leadership teams. Since September 2014, Stora Enso has collaborated with Save the Children around children's rights. The collaboration concerns policies and processes, as well as supply network evaluation in India.